Hi there. So the March energies, there's quite a lot happening, so I'm going to try and keep it simple. So yesterday, Venus went into retrograde. It's retrograding 10 degrees of Aries, and it's going to travel back, Venus, the planet of relationships, money, desires, passions, comforts, what we want, what we attract, what we desire, is travelling into retrograde. We're re-evaluating, so we're going to become more introverted in that sort of domain in our lives. I say introverted, I meant to say internalized. The energy is internal. It's not being expressed right now. It's being held back and delayed. So we've had our delay in Mars, that's ended. Mars went direct on the 24th of February, and Mars was looking at the fuel in our tank. Mars was looking at the energy we put towards things, how much motivation we have, reasons for doing things, what motivates us. That energy has been looked at. That energy it's been quite intense. We've been traveling back from Leo to Cancer, and now we're traveling back from Cancer to Leo. Still in the water energies of that, still evaluating family, still evaluating safety within the family unit, still revisiting memories, still revisiting ancestry, still revisiting the past in some respect, trying to get that safety, wanting that security. And now that Mars has gone direct, you may have more energy for things, may have sprang back into life, just as we are about to do when the seasons change again into the Aries. So there is a lot of emphasis right now on the water energies, which are emotional. They are intense sometimes. They're very deep. And those energies are there to help us wash away and wash out the things that need to be cleared in order for us to then make room for the new, which is going to be much more warm, and it's going to start things off and initiate, and we're going to be growing things from nothing. But we have to have that nothingness in order to grow things from nothingness. And that's where the Pisces energy comes in. We've got 4 planets and points at the moment in Pisces, and we've got 5 in fire. So there's a big emphasis there. So outer planets are shifting this year, which is going to set the bigger picture energy for the collective. We're going from an introverted energy, slower energy that we might not have noticed because it's long-term and slow for the last let's say 15 years, because Pluto was in Capricorn for 15 years, and we have learnt a lot about our work ethic. We've learnt a lot about our ambitions. We've learnt a lot about the truth of hierarchy and structures. And things are just becoming more and more open and more out there. And we are breaking through and trying to create a new sense of stability. Uranus is helping us with that. Uranus does 7-year cycles, 6-7-year cycles. Uranus has been in Taurus, which is also going to be changing signs this year into another yang energy, into the Gemini mind energy, into the information energy. It's going to be a surprising few years. And Neptune is going to be changing signs from Pisces. Neptune's helping us clear things out spiritually, with compassion, trying to help us let go of the ego. Pisces energy doesn't really do ego. So we're clearing that out. We are working through the things that need to be let go of. Neptune will leave Pisces, enter Aries at the end of March. So before all of that, we're going to have 2 eclipses. We're going to have an eclipse on the 14th of March, which will be in Virgo, 27 degrees, okay? It's going to be an emotional eclipse. It's going to be a lot of energy that needs to be released. And I think that's going to tie in with what I was talking about, with moving towards forgiveness. Forgiving ourselves first. That's where it's got to start. I found the topic of forgiveness a very fascinating and much needed subject for myself personally to delve into. And I realised that the forgiveness really does need to start within. And it can take all sorts of shape and form, and we can't judge it, and it's not for anyone. It's certainly not to be judged by anybody else. It's a very, very personal thing. And Virgo energies, when they are not in their highest expression, can be quite self-critical. We can be very critical to ourselves if we have a lot of Virgo energy. We can be great at details, but sometimes we can zoom in so much that all we can see is what needs improvement. And it can come across in the wrong way. If we're finding that inside ourselves, we can often find ways to criticize things on the outside as well. So we're trying to release some of that self-criticism and hyper-focused analysis, and perhaps just letting things go more and go float upwards and outwards and let some of that go. Maybe we're trying to improve our health in some areas. Maybe we're trying to let go of energies where we haven't taken care of ourselves enough, haven't had enough sleep, haven't had enough greens in our diet, haven't eaten the rainbow, So we might be focusing on those areas during the eclipse. As I say, it's on the 14th of March, so keep that in note in your diaries. And I would start, if you haven't already, start journaling your experiences. We're about to go through a huge change of the world, and the astrology is showing us, and it's helping us every step of the way. So that's happening. As I say, Venus is now already retrograding. That happened yesterday. It's a 6-week retrograde. On the 29th of March, we will have another eclipse, and that will be a new moon eclipse in Aries. So what are we bringing in? The Venus retrograde that we're going through right now is going to help us with that. It's going to help us make some more perhaps choices, or help us bring in the energies, because we've actually got some clarity and what we actually desire and what we want in our relationships, how we want to spend our money, what we're investing in. What are we spending our money on? What's important to us? And is it the same? Do we have the same standards that we had before? Probably not. We've probably moved on somewhat. Things that we used to value, we might not value so much now. We might value something different. But it's definitely a time of starting some new energies and releasing others. And we're going to be going back and forward. So it's going to feel like, when do I get out of here? Kind of energy, which I know we've been feeling a lot more, but it's loosening now. And this next couple of years are going to be quite transformational. So I believe that's what I wanted to talk to you about today, was your two eclipses in March, 14th and the 29th, and the Venus retrograde that we're currently in, and also Mercury retrograde, which will start the day after the first eclipse, and then we've also got, of course, Neptune changing signs at the end of the month. And that's it for now. So take care of yourselves, and I will be back to perhaps explore some more of what we've talked about today. And that's it. I'm going to go get myself a hot chocolate, because that's what I like. Take care. Bye for now.